You're welcome to my channel. Let's look at the last topic in Ugandan Econ, which is economic policy. Economic policy and policy reforms in Uganda. Economic policy and policy reforms in Uganda. We shall start by looking at the economic policy, and we shall start by Uganda's fiscal policy. Fiscal policy means government taxation, expenditure, and borrowing for the purpose of stabilization or development. Government taxation, it has three things: taxation, expenditure, and borrowing for the purposes of stabilization or development. So fiscal policy is about taxation, expenditure, borrowing. So let's look at the objectives of fiscal policy, what they want to achieve when they tax, when they spend and borrow. The objectives of fiscal policy in Uganda. The first objective is to increase the rate of economic growth. If the government incurs expenditure, for example, on the construction of roads, the construction of schools, healthcare, and all that, they want to improve on the production of goods and services in the country, which in turn will increase the rate of economic growth in the country. Then to increase employment opportunities. Once the government incurs expenditure, for example, by setting up public companies, constructing infrastructure, they are aiming at increasing employment opportunities, which will help to reduce poverty in the country. To overcome inflation by taxing people to reduce on the amount of money in circulation, it will help to overcome inflation, to reduce on the prices of goods and services. Then to overcome balance of payment deficit. If they spend on development of infrastructure, it will encourage production of goods and services, and the excess will be exported. Or if they reduce on the taxes on exports, it will help to increase the number of goods and services exported, which in turn will help to overcome the balance of payment deficit. Then to reduce income inequality by taxing people by using pay as you earn. You pay as you earn according to the amount of money that you earn. So it can help to reduce income inequality. Another objective is to increase incomes of poor households by channeling resources towards towards poverty reducing sectors like education, health, and roads. So if they spend on the construction of health centers, the construction of roads, the construction of government schools, it will help to increase on the incomes of the poor households in the long run. Then to improve the quality of life of the poor. Government spends on infrastructures, on public services and goods in order for them to improve the quality of life of the poor. Then to re-establish peaceful conditions throughout the country and strengthen government structure. And the last objective is to reduce Uganda's dependency on external resources by raising base in an ordinary manner. So if they do taxation, they are trying to get the revenue from within the country instead of them borrowing. So they aim at reducing Uganda's dependency on external resources. So those are the objectives of fiscal policy in Uganda. We said fiscal policy, it's about taxation, expenditure, and borrowing for the purposes of stabilization or development of the country.